Digital 410 Productions proudly presents the Waterman and D-Train Show.
Digitized live from Act Computer Studio in Cape Coral, Florida. I hope you guys can hear us. My internet is running mad slow, but we're back. I'm back from Texas. Dave is back from the parts of unknown, and Gordon joins us once again from Las Vegas. And joining us right now, we're going to start off with it right off the bat before I get into all my Texas tales and all that stuff. We're going to get right off the bat. We talked about it last episode. Joining us right now via Facebook Messenger, local comedian, funny as hell, laughed my ass off, the one, the only, Larry Venturino. Larry, how you doing tonight?
Good. What's going on, guys? How you doing?
How you doing, Larry?
Living the dream.
Good.
Living the dream,
Yeah.
minus my back pains are destroying me.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you got coming up, Larry?
A couple weeks, June 12th, at the Laughing Comedy Cafe, I'm going to be featuring for Emo Phillips. So it's going to be a one-night-only show on that Wednesday night, June 12th.
Fantastic. So you're featuring for him. Is there any other openers, or just you primarily?
Well, there'll be a host. I'm not sure who's hosting the show, but I'm the feature act for the night. So he was here last October for the whole weekend, and I got to host a couple of the shows one of the nights, and then I saw that he was coming back to Florida, so we hit up his agent and got him to do like a one night only here at Laughing for June. So I'm really excited for that one. I don't know if you guys were able to see him the last time he was here, but it was just unbelievable.
No, I wasn't able to make it out, but I'll tell you what, I was at your last show, and I'll tell you what, you're one funny motherfucker.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for coming to the show that night, and I'm glad you had a good time. I appreciate that.
It was a great time. I don't know if you listened to the episode the night after that, but I was quite angry at that.
Yeah.
Those who would be the Fort Myers crowd. And I've dealt with this multiple times, and it drives me completely insane. And you know I spot these assholes before the show starts. Now, this particular table, they weren't being loud, but I could just hear by the way they were talking and their age and the conversation. And they were clearly not comedy fans. They were just a group of old fucks who wanted to find something fun to do that night. And they just talked through all your sets the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, so you know that's my home club, and I'm there all the time. And I got to tell you, it's been a long time when we had people that talkative during the sets. It doesn't happen often at all. I can't remember a situation recently that someone talked that much during my set. It was just unbelievable. And it was just from the get-go. I mean, even before, they just didn't stop talking the whole time. Like, just no consideration for the people around them, but also just don't know the etiquette of being at a show. It was really bizarre.
Not to put you on the spot, but off the top of your head, can you remember the name of the gentleman who's from Cape Coral who opened that show?
Yeah, who's you mean the
young kid, the very first one who came on. He did the whole I look like I'm stoned all the time bit.
Oh, okay. So Chico was the host, and then Jason Dom was the guest. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They completely talked through his entire set.
Yeah.
And he's so new to the game that he didn't quite have his heckler defense mode down.
Yeah.
Whereas you and Justin did. But I felt so bad for him because he's trying to get through his 2.5 minutes, his 3 minutes. Maybe he did 5.
Yeah.
They definitely strang out the 5 because they kept talking through his bit. But it's just like, come on, man. We all paid to be here.
Yeah. Right. And just not knowing that, like, you're not supposed to just like talk and like answer questions, like, or like, you know, you're on stage like doing a bit and they're like responding to whatever topic. I mean, it's just like, how do you not know that this like incredibly rude and just like not the etiquette that you're supposed to have at a comedy club? So, because I'm honestly not somebody that really picks like on the crowd or like goes like tries to get into like conversations and a lot of banter while I'm on stage. It's not really my thing, and so like so it's not like we were asking for that. Like they just talk the entire time, so it's just ridiculous. But
well, sure, and kind of like the example I gave is, you know, when the comedian interacts with you, unless he asks you a flat out question, you know, if he points to you and uses you as an example, that's not your turn to add your bit to his comedy. Like when Justin, he was doing his routine about how women are lucky when they want to send photos to their boyfriends, they can have their female friends be the cameraman, where guys can't do that. And he looked at me and my friend, and he said, yeah, Steve over here couldn't ask John, hey, hold my camera. And that wasn't my cue to say, yeah, you're right. You know, he's just using it as an example to move the joke along, and it's not your place to jump in.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I don't get people. I mean, who knows, like, it's just socially weird people that just don't know what they're doing. But yeah, like that wasn't like your license to like, oh yeah, like here, one time this happened to me, blah blah blah, and you go on and on. No, like he was just like kind of just a slight pick on you guys, and you knew how to handle it, and it was, you know, and just went with the flow.
So Larry Waterman here. So basically, they were treating it like it was just a regular old dinner party, and just so happens to be somebody up on stage, and they're not really into the whole comedy thing. Sounds like they were just out having a dinner date. They
were drinking, and it was kind of like, hey, what do you want to do tonight? Oh, I don't know. Let's go to the comedy show. I haven't done that since 1974.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like,
you know, another giveaway that they were going to be a problem. Like one of the groups, because there was two groups. There was like the group in the front, and then
the one behind me.
Actually, the lady. Yeah, the one behind you. But the group in the front, the blonde. I knew there was going to be an issue. Like a half an hour before the show, because she got up on stage like when
taking
people were coming in, taking pictures. Like, you don't just go on stage.
That's the rudest fucking thing you can do.
So she went on it. She got on stage before the show started and
had her friends take pictures as if it was a cardboard cutout at a seafood restaurant.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere, you know, if there was you know, security in the room, they would have most likely have kicked her off. But it was from the get-go. It's like, because I was at the table stage right up against the wall, basically front row, and then they were dead center stage. And before the show, she got up there, was standing behind the mic, and her friends were taking photos like she was a comedian.
Right. Trying to.
And I was like, and I said, then I looked at James and said, that's the rudest thing you can do in a goddamn. Actually, that's the second rudest thing. The first rudest thing you can do is me in my chair kick my feet up on a stage as if it's an ottoman. That's the first rude thing you can do.
They were doing that.
No, I'm saying that's the rudest thing you can do. The second rudest is what she did.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Larry,
oh my God.
Larry, listen. I got a question for you, seriously, because you know, in today's social climate and jokes and things, are you finding it tough to write jokes about certain? I don't know how I could say this.
Groups
and segregation of people, and you know what I'm saying, because people are taking offense, it seems like,
Larry doesn't
to everything.
care. Larry doesn't care. He doesn't think about it because he don't care.
Good. So you're laying it out there.
I do not care. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
I do not care at all because like I'm doing this like I got into comedy to do, like, to say and do what I want to do, write the jokes that I wanted to do and stay true to what I wanted to talk about. The jokes, when I talk about race or different things, this is stuff that goes on in our society.
Absolutely.
And we need to joke about these things and lighten up about all the different things. Like, if we could just laugh at ourselves.
Yeah, you got.
I am not holding back. Like, when I talk about any type of group or whatever.
Absolutely.
I make fun of jokes about every type of group. It's not. There's no hatred behind anything. It's life, and there's not a chance that if I stopped writing about what I wanted to write about, like, I would just quit. Because I really just want to. I mean. Yeah, I'm not gonna succumb to that climate.
I can wrap it up for Larry easily. Yeah. If you're a sensitive mime, don't show up to a Larry Venturino show.
Right. So Larry, seriously, what do you think it's going to be like in the next 20 years with comedy, with the way the sensitivity factor is with the younger generations? I mean, do you see it changing at all? And do you see, let's say, your style of comedy being more of a taboo and maybe labeled differently, like they do with music?
Well, I think you're already really getting a pushback right now, and I don't think there's a stronghold. Like the PC crowd doesn't have a complete stronghold that you might think they do. They're louder. They scream a lot about things that are offensive.
Right.
But you know what? There's a lot that you think about what Nick DiPaolo is doing. Listen to Nick DiPaolo's new special.
Okay.
That he put out on YouTube. Unbelievable. He does not care. He talks about every group that you're not supposed to talk about.
Right.
And it's absolutely hilarious. You have Owen Benjamin, who basically was ostracized from Hollywood, lives in upstate New York, and does his own thing. He talks about anything he wants to do. There are a number of comedians that are out there that are just not going to hold back.
Still pushing the envelope.
They're pushing the envelope, and they're pushing back to the idea that everything is offensive, and they're getting more quote unquote offensive, and it's
that's good to hear.
I don't think, yeah, it is, because people need to. The stuff is funny.
Yeah.
People need to laugh about it and just get over themselves. And you know what? When I talk about different race stuff, the only people who are mad about what I'm talking about are white people.
Really?
Yeah, it's always the white person who feels it's their job because they feel guilty about something, so it's their job to
So they're standing up,
head up other groups. And the good news is the group of complainers, that generation they're already out there. That generation is not growing. It's just a small group of young cats who are from a certain time, and kind of as Larry insinuated, that crowd is not as big as we are led to believe, but the media covers that stuff because it provides them content in a slow news time. So I don't think there's going to be a problem in 20 years. I think we're pretty much seeing the apex of it now, and that nonsense is just going to slowly wither away and be gone.
I hope so, man.
Yeah, let's hope.
Because there's so much good stuff out there, and it seems as though, being a stand-up comedian right now, you guys are definitely on the front lines of being attacked from the media.
It's not the media. It's just,
not just the media, but in general, people in general and stuff.
Well, it's just an easy crowd to go after because comedians are up there to get shit off their chest.
Absolutely.
They're in an uncensored environment, and so if you're a young rabble-rouser who's not really truly that sensitive, but you can get views on your Twitter account, you can get views on your YouTube channel by pretending that these things are offensive, then it's just it's an easy way for them in the art, quote-unquote art in which they're trying to do. It's just how they get content, and that shit's just going to get ignored and died out here before too long.
It's phony outrage.
Exactly. False outrage.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's just mind-blowing. So tell us where you're going to be again coming up.
Yeah, again, June 12th, Wednesday night, one night only, with the legendary Emo Phillips. If you're in this area, you need to check him out. Hands down, one of the greatest comedians I've ever seen in my life. Just so the jokes are just so unbelievably written. He's dark, but he's almost he's so dark, but clean, but also it's kind of bizarre as well. But I mean, he's one of the best joke writers in the history of comedy.
Love it.
And so if you have a chance to go out, don't miss him, because it's just he's been doing this for 30 plus years.
Wow. I was going to say a little known fact: he holds the Guinness Book of World Record for having the page boy haircut for the longest amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Wild.
And super nice guy, and just puts on a great show. And it's we had when he came in October, we had people from all over the state came to see him, because it was the only weekend he was doing in Florida, and so and it was real comedy fans, people who got real, they understood the jokes. You had to think a little bit. They weren't just fart jokes,
right?
Whatever.
Yeah.
They're
one-liners.
And just these one-liners. Just I can't even believe he came up with that. It just I saw the show I think I saw 4 of the shows while he was here, and like I just laughed my ass off every time. I even brought my kids to one of the shows. Like I think it was opening night, and they were like I remember like the next night we're sitting there watching TV, and my older son was like, you know, that guy was really, really funny last night. You know what I mean? They got it, and they were just like, this guy's something else. So definitely do not miss that.
Kevin McDonald, do you still have room for that? Are there still spots open?
Yeah, there should be a couple more spots left open for his workshop on June 16th, which is actually Father's Day.
Nice.
It's goes from 10 o'clock to 5:30, and it's such a fun day, like of hearing Kids in the Hall stories, but also learning how to do sketch comedy through improv. And then again, the kicker is that night you get to perform your sketches on stage and with Kevin McDonald, and like there's like improv, and he does stand up, and it's just like a really, really fun night. And like, you know, a small club here in Fort Myers, you're able to see another comedy legend, you know, just like, and then you can invite your friends and everyone else so they can see you perform on stage that night too. So it's not just Kevin, it's like you're part of the show. If you're a part of the workshop, you're part of the show.
Yeah, we kind of jumped into it as if our fans, you know, remember the last time you were on. Just a real quick rundown. For you Kids in the Hall fan, Kevin McDonald from Kids in the Hall, he basically is kind of doing his retirement, if you will, but he is a improv coach, or he did improv in the past. And so what has happened last year and then now coming up this year, Larry and the fine people over at the Laughing Comedy Club, they're bringing Kevin McDonald down. And if you are a aspiring comedian, or you do local theater, or you're trying to get into improv, or you're trying to expand your improv skills, and you want to work with a seasoned professional who's been doing this for 30 some odd years, you have the opportunity to go down, get into the improv troupe of the night. Anyhow, they break off into smaller groups. You guys write your own bits as if you're on Saturday Night Live. You work them out in front of Kevin. He makes suggestions. Larry makes suggestions. And then at the end of the night, kind of like Hell's Kitchen, they open up the club.
Let it go.
The crowd, the public comes in, and you are performing. You're up on stage, and you're working out your bits as if you're on Saturday Night Live or Second City or whatever.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Like one of the best days I've had in comedy was when he came a couple years ago, and it's just like, because Kids in the Hall was like one of my, probably the number one comedy influence. I know that they're not stand up, but just the jokes and the manner that show was done in, like they're my biggest comedy influence. So like if you hear, like, I hope people hear some of the darkness or the bizarre stuff that they were into. Like I hope that comes out in some of my comedy, because that's like kind of the direction that I like to go. But yeah, it's just so performing on stage with him and learning from him all day, and just the fact, like, super nice guy. When he came, I picked him up from the airport, and it was like we were friends for 30 years. Super
and he
nice,
didn't mind
down
that you
to
picked
earth.
He didn't mind that you picked him up in a 25-year-old Toyota Corolla either.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
There was, where's my town car?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't care, and he just like super down to earth and grateful, and just like happy that people took the class, and just had a great time. Everyone was laughing, like. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough great things about that. And whenever you meet idols, like not like idols, I guess, like people like, you looked up to it for something, and you're like, if I meet this guy and he's a jerk, this is gonna be really bad. But like, it was like totally not that at all. Like really, really nice.
Down to earth.
So I was very happy. Yeah, I mean, you're talking to a guy that had a shrine of the Kids in the Hall in his bedroom as a complete nerd that I am.
Cool.
But so like, I was really happy to know that he's a nice person too.
Awesome. That is really cool.
Well, if people want to get more information on you, hand out your Instagram, your Facebook, your website, and all that good stuff.
Yep. Everything is at Larry Venturino. The website is www.larryventurino.com. There's shows up there, social media stuff, a lot of different videos, some good, some bad. So like, a lot of different jokes that I post or bits from my stand-up are up there. So please follow me, share it. And get YouTube stuff.
And get on your video camera and send Larry a video message telling him how bad he sucks, and he will reply with one of his 3-minute roast, and he will put that up, and he will roast you in front of all your friends.
Yeah, yes. Feel free. Send it to me. DM me at Larry Venturino, send a video, and let's roast each other. All right?
Thank you, Larry. You have a good one, man.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming on.
Thank you very much. Take care.
See you, Larry.
Bye.
Good, Larry. I tell you, he is so funny. I wanted to get him
gotta
on and
go.
get it out of the way because I know once we start talking about Texas
we
and
got
start
stuff
talking about
to
all
rip
the
on,
things
man.
we want to do that
Yeah.
we wouldn't get Larry on, and I really wanted to get him on.
That's great. He sounds. I gotta check him out, man. I gotta go to one of these shows at some point.
Oh, he's all over town. Gordon, are you there? We know.
We've got major lag. We know.
No, it's not that. We weren't on such a shoestring budget. The way I had to pipe Larry in tonight,
Yeah.
he wasn't able to hear Gordon. Gordon could hear him, but he couldn't ask Larry a question because Larry wouldn't be able to hear him.
All right.
Yeah, I was just going to ask when the next time he'd be in Vegas.
As soon as I know, I'll let you know. Because he played at the owner of the Pawn Stars Pawn Shop.
Oh, did he?
And he played over there with him. He opened up a show over there.
Wow, man. Very cool. Very cool.
So what have you been up to? What do you think of the new layout in the studio here?
I'm digging it. You know what? Just in case everybody's wondering, I'm not just staring down at the glass table here. D-Train has mounted the monitor that
much like you'd see on a news desk.
Exactly, just like a news desk now. So the monitor is mounted in the glass table here. So this is really cool. I'm digging that.
So if Dave only knew how to use a computer,
I can use a computer.
He would be able
bro.
to. Well, we're going to find out because we're going to have you.
But see, here's the thing. You're the computer guy. I can use a computer
but this
as
is
a normal
Computer 101.
citizen.
I'm going to ask you to open up a file.
Sure, man.
And advance to the next one when we get to that topic.
All right. Well, no problem. Other than that, did you listen to the show last week by chance?
This show?
No, the Stan and Haney show.
Oh, off and on when I'm
okay. Did you hear that girl call in looking for me?
No.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Is that your girl?
No. There's a young lady that apparently finds me attractive, funny, and really wants to get to know me. She's shy. She supposedly says.
What about your other girl?
Well,
Yeah.
I've
What's
got.
going on with that,
Hey,
man?
bro. I you know what? I'm a single guy. All right, boys. I can entertain more than one woman at one time. All right. It's it takes a little bit of juggling.
Yeah, he can. He just can't handle more than one woman at one time.
No, that's not the case, there, pal. I'm quite the man when it comes down to hanging around, pal. But anyway, so this girl, she calls up the show and she's very interested, and I thought it was all a setup.
Stan. Is Dave available? Hi, Dave. How are you?
No, not at all. She had
My name's Shirley.
Nope. She had a very.
And let me tell you something. I think you are the bee's knees.
Don't be jealous, my man. Don't be jealous
Dave,
now.
Don't talk over me, Dave. I'm trying to get to know you. My name is Shirley.
Sure.
I love your bald head. I just want to rub it in my bosoms.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure.
I want to rub it in my bosoms while I grab that bony ass of yours. And I want to lick you from the tip of your nose to the top of your forehead.
Dial it in, baby. Dial it in.
Tell you what, big sweetie, when we're done, I will roll you a pack of Waterman 100s like you ain't never seen.
Nothing turns me on more than a woman rolling smokes, man.
I'll roll it with parts that I can't talk about on the air.
Oh, now that's gonna get me a little freaked. All right, now you're jumping out of the box there, Shirley.
Hey,
but no.
I get down with the dirty.
But no, it's very cool, actually.
Have you ever been with a 350-pound woman?
Beautiful. And I'm not going to say that I haven't.
You know what my favorite position is, big baby?
What do you like, babe?
I love to do the Yokozuna splash off the headboard.
Oh, yeah.
Land on top of you in my water bed.
Yeah, the old triple Lindy right on,
No, sir, the Yokolinda splash.
The Yokolinda splash. All right.
Right off the top ropes.
Jeez. Good God, man. You're getting too carried away with that, bro.
When I land on
now
you,
you're freaking me out. Gordon, is he
you'll
freaking
pop out
you out?
from underneath me and fly across the room like a wet bar of soap.
Gordon, he's tripping me out, man. I don't know what he's been.
That's Shirley, man. That's not me. That's Shirley.
I don't know what your brother's been watching on his free time, my friend.
Big Shirley wants some of the Dave the Waterman.
Big Shirley's been watching some late night Skidamax.
She's gonna squeeze you out like a wet bar of soap.
But anyway, so this fine young lady calls in and
Big Shirley.
Yeah, Big Shirley. But I don't know. I'm kind of talking to her right now. It's interesting when people call the show and they say they're shy, but yet they've got enough.
I'm just a big shy lady.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it, D-Train. They got enough
Yeah, because it's
Cajones
not easy to. I remember
to call a
first
show.
200 times I called on radio shows. You always got that rock in your throat. You're sweating. You're nervous. You don't want to say something's going to make you sound like a clown ass on the air.
But it was funny because...
And you can always tell because that person always has that nervous twitch in their voice when they're talking.
Absolutely. I was nervous. First of all, I thought it was all a setup. And because I know how the guys are, and I'm thinking Stan's got this all set up, and something's not right. And I was sitting there going, something's not right. And then, of course, got her phone number, and took me a couple of days. No, I'm not going to.
Big Shirley, if you're out there, give us a call at 239-990-2769. That's 239-990-2769.
You know better than that,
Give
Shirley.
us a call, Big Shirley.
Yeah, Big Shirley. You know better than that. Don't be doing that. But anyways, I thought it was all a setup. Mm-hmm. I really did. Yeah, I was like, this is a setup. Stan's got something brewing. He's wanting to F with me really bad. But, of course, that wasn't the case, and it took me a couple of days, and I sat on the phone number, and then finally last night I said, you know what, I'm just going to give it a call just to see.
Do you do like that old 1980s thing where you have to wait 4 days before you can call?
No, I wasn't doing that at all. I was just thinking this is a complete setup. Something's going to be bad on the other end of this line, man. Right? It's gonna be bad. Whatever it is, it's gonna be bad. And actually, she's a very nice young lady. Works really hard. So, we're just starting to talk. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. You never know. You never know in my world. But apparently she saw a lot of the videos I've done and all this sort of stuff, and I kind of chuckled and I said, "So
is that the videos on YouPorn or the other videos?"
I got my YouPorn vids, and then I've got the vids we've done at the studio down at Broadcast House
via Facebook Messenger via the live stream. Dylan says Dave's being catfished.
No, actually, I'm not.
You think he's being catfished, Gordon?
What do you think, Gordon?
Have you actually had a video chat with her?
No, I have not. Well, I just talked to her for the very first time.
Well, to be fair to Big Shirley, Dave doesn't have cell phone service unless he's within Wi-Fi. So
and I love that.
When he's connected to his neighbor's Wi-Fi 5.5 streets down,
yeah, man.
The video feed's very bad, so we can't blame that. But yeah, that's usually step one.
Well, see, let me tell you something. That's one of the greatest things about my life is I don't have to sit there and be a slave to the technology of the cell phone. I don't let it rule me. It's when it's time for me to get on it and check stuff, I will. Other than that, I'm doing stuff. I don't need that phone bothering me because it will. It'll constantly bother you. You guys know that. I'm sure your phone goes off like crazy.
Score at home. Dave, walk us through a Waterman day.
Waterman day is right now. Right now, it's definitely changed. My life consists of a lot of work on a daily basis, lining work up, taking care of my brother, which is very sick right now. As I don't know if everybody knows this, but he's got cancer, okay, and it's bad. And there's more than one in the household that has cancer. I've got my cancer I'm trying to get all lined up. I've got work I'm doing. I got boats I'm working on. So every day there's something happening. There's no doubt. Every day there is something going on before going down to Broadcast House, after Broadcast House. So it's busy for me, man. It really is. It really is.
Cry me a fucking river.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. But you're wondering, so I'm going to tell you. You're wondering.
I didn't know if it was like solid work or if you subscribe to what they call the gig economy.
No, hell no, no. There's constantly work going on. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
You know what I learned this weekend?
What's that, my friend?
That Texas has tarantulas.
Oh. Did you run into one?
Yeah, 1 a.m. in the living room of my Airbnb.
Nice.
Yeah, I was walking through. It was Saturday night, and let me rewind a little bit. So anyhow, because of the What's the Scuttlebutt podcast is blowing up in the World War II reenactment community, I was invited out to Fredericksburg, Texas, which is an hour outside of San Antone. And Gordon and I are both fans of the channel Demolition Ranch. And so Gordon's like, well, you got to stop by Bunker Branding. That's the T-shirt company that he runs, because it's right in between San Antonio and Fredericksburg. And so I stopped there, got a picture up front. Matt wasn't there, but that's all right. And I got down to the National Museum of the Pacific War because they invited me out to participate in their living history events and tour their museum and to do some interviews.
Right.
That place is so goddamn big. When you buy a pass for it, it's good for 48 hours because they have so much stuff in there. They actually have the mini sub that was captured on Pearl Harbor.
Get out of here.
On display.
The one that washed up on the beach?
It's on display. It's not behind glass. You can go up to it, knock on it, rub it, touch it. If you're a fan of the show, HBO miniseries The Pacific, they have E.B. Sledge's HBT P-41s on display, the one that he didn't burn.
Right.
They actually have the captured Japanese hat that he's wearing in the photograph in his book where he says he's the idiot wearing the Jap hat. Mm-hmm. They got a P-17 in there.
Damn.
They got an Australian tank that was taken out by an anti-tank gun, and they actually have the anti-tank gun that took it out.
Wow.
But down the road, they have what they call the Pacific War Zone.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to be posting a video here soon. And Dave doesn't follow me on Facebook, but if you're those of you on Facebook, you've seen the video. It's basically, I jokingly say it's the Universal Studios of living history.
Really?
Because it's a soundstage built for that express purpose.
Built for...
They have an actual real landing craft that's mounted to tracks that comes out of a building, and then they have water pots blowing up as the gate falls down.
Oh, wow.
We're in the back of a tracked landing craft. We come out. They got explosions going off. They have a sound system with sound effects. We all have, obviously, our blank firing weapons. They're all real. They actually let me use their original Browning automatic rifle, fully automatic. Now, the craziest thing about that rifle, it's an open bolt system.
Uh-huh.
Which anybody who fires modern day rifles, once you're out of ammo, the bolt locks back.
Right.
Well, the bolt lock back on this one, even when it's loaded. And so you're looking at it and you think it's not charged. You can actually see the magazine well, but you pull the trigger and that son bitch. So for the first event, I carried that, but it's heavy as hell. So it really hindered my movement. And then on Saturday morning, I just carried the M1. But they got pyrotechnics going off.
So real quick,
hold on. The coolest part at the end is they actually have a guy with a working flamethrower, and he shoots a 30-foot flame into this bunker. And I took a hit, and I'm laying up I'm about 4 feet below him, and I can still feel that heat.
Oh, hell yeah!
And you could feel the heat in the crowd because I sat and watched the first show and then participated in the second two. Yeah. But it is such a goddamn good time. I jokingly say to people that soundstage is to reenactors what a quality skate park is to a skateboarder. It's a place that's built for the express purpose of that particular event.
Right.
Whereas usually we're setting up in an empty field, putting up some caution tape, throwing down some bales of hay and all that. But it was such a good time. The San Antonio Honor Flight brought out 15 World War II vets. I didn't want to harass them all, so I just gave the handlers my business cards.
Very good.
And I said, hey, here's what I do. I interview vets. When I'm done, I take the long form. I'm going to send them all off to the National Archives, let them do whatever they want. Could you just hand these out to their family members when the ride's over? And one of the vets actually called me today. He's like, yeah, I was given this card. I was told to call you. And I told him what I did, but he wasn't interested, which is fine. But that at least gave me hopes to know that they did, in fact, give all the vets my business cards. But Sunday, I got up at 5. Oh, so anyhow, Saturday night, to get back to what I was getting to, because Fredericksburg is three things. One, it's German. Two, it's wine city, freaking in middle of Texas.
Yeah.
If you walk down the main street, there's wine bus tours, because they have all these wine tasting rooms. Okay. And it's just like 20 to middle 40-year-old women just in big flocks walking down the street doing wine tastings.
Just getting loaded.
And so it's history, wine, German, and then the World War II plays. But because it was Memorial Weekend, out at the airport, they have this place called the Hangar Hotel. And all these rich people who are pilots, they fly in, and they had a USO show. Well, we're all World War II reenactors, so we went to the USO show. So after the USO show, I went back to this museum, did an hour-long interview with one of the a gunny sergeant who works there. And then I went back to my B&B, and I had to pack up all my crap. Because Sunday morning, I had to get down there at 6, do the morning show, change at 1 into my civilians, not do a horse bath in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Hop in my car, drive an hour back to San Antonio, get to the airport, have a 2.5-hour flight, sit around Atlanta for 3 hours. And so it's 1 in the morning. I had to go back to the car, get the phone charged. And I'm walking out. I got a buzz, and I see out the corner of my eye this big brown thing. And I go,
what the hell?
Jesus Christ, that's the world's largest wolf spider.
Yeah, right.
Looked at it again.
A little closer.
That looks like a goddamn tarantula. Walk to the kitchen, get a stemless wine glass.
Right on.
Walk in there, bloop. Pull out my phone. Tarantula, Texas, enter.
Oh, you got to post the pictures.
No, well, I already did, but I was Googling to see if I'm
if you
I'm
were correct.
off my rocker or if they're in fact are
tarantula.
The Texas brown tarantula. They're the most common tarantula in the southern United States.
How big would you say it was?
Oh,
was it like the size of a softball?
It was the size of stands. It was the size of maybe
you know what I'm saying, with its legs all out.
With its legs out, I would say it was probably the size of a racquetball because that's a little bit smaller circumference than a tennis ball. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want that in my bed.
No doubt. Who would want that crawling up on them, sleeping in the middle of the night?
For those of you watching, you can just scroll down on the Waterman D-Train show or the D-Train page, and you can see the picture of the tarantula. And then I think if you swipe to the left, Dave, you'll either see my ass or a picture of that spider under a jar. Or neither one.
Okay, there we go.
Yep, see it?
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's definitely, man, this is a little bit bigger than a racquetball. Racquetball spread out. And
so, because I was going out there to do a podcast, I didn't want to risk equipment failure.
Yeah.
And so I put 2 laptops in one laptop bag as a carry-on. Mm-hmm. And I had my mixing board, my microphones, all my wires on my book bag, not thinking that, hey, dipshit, you're going to have to unpack all this when you go through TSA.
Oh, yeah.
So the laptops I knew, but if you have any electronics, and so I had to undo my book bag and all that crap. Mm-hmm. So on the way back, I put all the mixing board stuff in my suitcase and put my dirty, wet uniform in my bag, so a little bit lighter.
Right.
But I think the hours of carrying all that around, plus sitting in the small-ass seats, I woke up yesterday and was walking around, my back started hurting. This morning I could barely stand up. Went to the chiropractor. He cracked me back into space. I was able to walk for a half hour, but once I sit, it's all over with. I had to drive to Lehigh to do a job, and I'm back to where I was a few months ago where I could barely walk.
Yeah, you were bad a few months ago, and we thought it was the kidney stones or whatever.
Well, the bitch of it is tomorrow morning I'm driving to Kentucky.
You told me that just a while ago.
I got a 17-hour drive in this condition.
I said, what the hell are you...
Which is why we're doing a show today, not this weekend.
Problem. I mean, but damn, son. Damn, man.
I was telling...
I don't know.
I was telling a client of mine today, I was like, it's kind of like I'm doing a celebrity tour, but without the money, the fans, the riches, the luxury.
The first class, and... Yeah, bro, you're out and about, no doubt.
But just without all the fringe benefits.
But I noticed you walking earlier. I said, man, he's in bad shape.
I'm just chasing the opportunities because I'm trying to get these podcasts off the ground. I'm trying to get them to grow.
I know you are.
And ever since I hooked up with that Walking Point movie, things are just falling in place. So
what's the
Scuttlebutt? It's taken off. It's
kicking some ass.
Well, here's the craziest thing. So I'm flying to Texas, and I'm there.
Yeah.
And Jeff Copsetti, he's the director of the Living History Department. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, one of my volunteers listened to the podcast, and he can't wait till you get here. I'm like, why is that? He's like, because he went to the same high school as you did.
No way.
And I was like, really? Well, what year? He's like, a few years after you. And so the kid came. His name's Jake. Nice enough kid.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is he's about a year younger than my daughter. Okay. And he went to the same elementary school. So chances are this cat went to school.
They know each other.
Well, my daughter said she kind of recognized him, but it's a big, big town.
Okay.
And but he went to school through J.C. Summer all the way up to middle school, and then high school. He left my high school junior year. And Gordon, you'll love this. Poor son of a bitch had to graduate from Franklin Heights. Which is on the west side of town, which is, basically like going from, Cape Coral High School to Dunbar or something. But anyhow.
Right, just a change.
But it's crazy. Like, I fly all the way to Texas to meet somebody from my hometown.
That's wild, man.
Kill that browser, because our internet's hurting, and all you're doing is sucking up more bandwidth. So just kill that.
Just looking at stuff, man.
I know, but our video's lagging. For some reason, the internet sucks tonight.
Yeah.
And Dave's using up more bandwidth by watching the video.
Here we go. Killing
but anyhow, that was my trip to Texas.
Well, that's cool, man.
I got a bunch of video. They let me I have access to everything. So I'm gonna edit a video and take my time, and I'll put it up on YouTube.
Well, it sounds like it was a successful event. I saw the one plane you took a picture of out of your. That was a B-17, right? Or not a B-17.
That was parked in front of the Hangar Hotel, but I'm looking at it, and the windows are painted on it.
Yeah.
Just hit the X over here, dude.
I can't see.
It's underneath. Anyhow.
Go for it. I can't see. Well, there's a reflection.
No, Gordon's Skype shit's in the way.
I got it.
But anyhow, it was out in front of the Hangar Hotel, and I'm looking at the windows on it, and they're painted on. Yeah. And I'm like, this thing looks funny. And I looked at the door, and it's kind of looks weird. I think the thing's a movie prop. I don't think it's the real deal Holyfield.
Right.
Because the way the windows look on it, they're literally painted on, and that door just looked funky. So I think it's probably a movie prop. But from a distance, it does look like a B-17. It's got
I was about to say.
paint and all the stripes on there.
I was like, that's pretty cool, man, coming out of the hotel and stuff. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, man. It sounds like it was successful. I'm looking forward to the video, I can tell you that. That'll be really cool.
I got something I want to do. I want to quiz you and Gordon.
All right. I'm ready.
I got 10 simple questions here.
Sure.
Common things we all should know.
Ha, ha, ha.
And I'm going to quiz you and Gordon.
You ready, Gordon?
You'll go first on the first question. Actually,
You ready, homie?
I'm going to give you first. I'm going to give you first crack. I'll let you go first, and then Gordon will go second.
Whatever you want to do.
Question 1. What is world time?
World time.
Mm-hmm.
World time's I would imagine something like a military time, where it is a standard time that everybody can look at and know what time it is, all globally.
Gordon, what do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it is the 24-hour time.
Yeah, it's a global time that anybody, if you know time, can look at it and be able to say, okay, it's such and such.
Both of you got that one right. Good job. I'm impressed, Dave.
Oh, dude, I know stuff, bro.
Well, that's what we're here to find out. We're here to find out
what.
what you know. How many hours is Hawaii behind Florida when it comes to time?
Hawaii is behind Florida.
Yep, how many hours?
Okay, hold on. 3, 6.
Fantastic. Gordon, what do you think it is?
I think it's 6. I don't know. There's a weird thing of, do they do daylight savings time there?
I think they do. I think everybody does except for Indiana, and Florida's trying to get rid of it.
Don't do
You
it.
keep saying Arizona, but I'm not sure if that's
Arizona does not set their clocks back.
Arizona does not set their clocks back.
true.
That
Okay,
is
well then
correct.
Arizona, Indiana, but I can't tell you if Hawaii does or not.
6 hours, though. That's my guess. What's your guess, Gordon?
6. I think 6 is right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and Gordon, actually Dave, is the magnetic North Pole stationary?
No.
Gordon,
It is not.
I think.
And actually, it's moving at a faster rate currently than it has in the past.
Yes, it is.
And how fast is it running?
30-something miles a year.
That's
I think.
interesting.
I just recently saw an
That's
article.
hauling ass.
Yeah, I've heard about that. They say where it's moving around, you know, the you know what I'm saying, the North Pole is moving around. That magnetic north is always off to the side, and it's been moving around like you're saying, Gordon.
Entomology is the science of what?
Bugs,
Okay, bugs.
I think, or plants. I don't know. What do you? Come on, Gordon.
I think it's insects.
Insects and bugs. I think Gordon's aping you a little bit, man. I think we're going to have to let Gordon go first.
All right.
Just for one, because he seems to be taking all your answers.
All right, Gordon, you're up next.
Number 5. Galileo was an Italian astronomer who A. developed the telescope. B. discovered 4 satellites of Jupiter. Discovered the 4 satellites of Jupiter. The writing on this is all effed up. Discovered that the movement of a pendulum produces a regular time measurement. Which one of those? Or D? Yeah. Which one of those?
I think it's all of them.
All of them? What do you think, Dave?
I'll go with number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
A.
A.
Developed the telescope.
No, wait, no, that's what that was. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go with Gordon. You're right. I think all the above.
Number 6.
Smart guy.
What are the primary colors? You know your color wheel in art class?
Oh hell no, man! You might as well just chalk that up as a.
You don't know what primary colors are?
Red,
I'll give you a hint.
Red, white.
Have you ever hooked up an HD TV?
Yeah. Green, white, blue. I don't know.
I think I know this one.
What is it?
I mean, I know, but
Let me think back to grade school and shit. I think it's red, yellow, and blue.
Okay.
yeah, something like that.
A tomato is what? Is it a vegetable or a fruit? Gordon.
I'll say it's a fruit.
Dave.
Yep. It's a fruit.
Are there crocodiles in Florida, Dave?
Yep.
Okay. Gordon, are there crocodiles in Florida?
One would think not, but I believe the answer is yes.
Okay.
Copycat.
Gordon, what type of government is the United States? A democracy or a republic?
It is a republic.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree there.
At what point does water freeze in Celsius? A, 10 degrees, B, 0 degrees, or C, 32 degrees?
Gordon?
Gordon?
0.
Okay.
0 degrees.
Dave?
Celsius, it was 0. What was the other one?
10, 32, or 0?
10.
Okay. Dude, you're smarter than I thought. You missed 2.
I'm
The
telling you, I
Galileo
just
question
don't
was all of the above. You said, you said, actually, you were wrong at first, but then you went back and got that one
Well,
right.
it took me
You
a second
corrected yourself.
because I wanted because I had to think about the actual.
And at what point does Celsius water freeze in Celsius? You
10.
missed that one. The answer
is
is
0.
0 degrees.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you got like a 99%. Congratulations,
Brother,
I was really, honestly, I was hoping that bit would be funnier because I was expecting to get it all wrong and
No.
get pissed off that
Good
Gordon got them all
God,
right.
No.
Because the reason Gordon got them all right is he had the answers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, show him the
Really?
answers.
Because Gordon got them all right as he came up with the questions.
Really? You got all the answers sitting right there in front of you.
Yeah, we're hoping to get some wrong, and then when he got them
No,
all right,
sorry, pal.
But you proved me wrong.
I'm sorry, man. I know quite a
You
bit of
straight up
stuff.
legitimate got those right without the answers.
No, I don't need that because I know stuff, bro.
Apparently.
I know a lot. I just don't get asked about it, and I don't talk about it. But let me tell you, man, I'm a hell of a lot smarter than people give me credit for, man. And I can work on stuff, fix things. You know that.
Apparently.
You know? But it's just, I've been labeled
A nitwit,
as a nitwit,
a half-wit,
bonehead,
a boob,
buffoon.
a tick turd.
But isn't that your brand?
What?
Yeah, it is his brand.
Brand?
What did he say?
Isn't that your brand?
What?
Being a boob.
Oh, yeah, well,
a nitwit.
it works for me. It works for me.
Yeah, we got to find a new source to pipe Gordon's audio in because Skype just ain't cutting it. It's just cutting out.
I've heard it tonight. I've been checking it out.
Okay, we're going to do something. I meant to do last week. I got these photos. And let me don't open them. Yeah, you can launch the folder.
I'm gonna get it prepped.
So a week ago, I saw these photos, and I took them not because I was offended, but I found them curious. And then after I took these photos, I went to Busch Gardens, and I'm seeing a very scary trend. We know for the last 10 or 20 years, there's been a great emphasis on the zero bullying policy, which is fine. We don't want our kids getting bullied. But as we say in the show, with every good intent, there are some bad consequences. And the bad consequences to no bullying is it's perfectly okay to be fat. Now, from a social side of it, yes, there's nothing wrong with being fat. But from a health standpoint, there is something wrong with being obese.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know obesity is getting to be a huge thing, no pun intended. We know it's an issue when the NFL has to run programs called Play 60 where they're trying to convince kids to go out and play for at least 1 hour a day. Where back in the day they would have to do a program called Go Home for an hour because your parents don't know where the fuck you are.
All right.
But I'm at Busch Gardens, right? And I'm seeing a lot of obese cats and kittens
Right.
being rolled around in these electric scooters. But here's the rub.
They hand those out up at Busch Gardens?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And here's the rub. These cats are like 20 and 30.
Get out.
These aren't 50-year-old, 60-year-old people who have grown into their bodies.
Grown into the weight, yeah.
And their legs have given out over them over the last...
Yep.
These are young cats
young
that are already too obese to move under their own weight at an amusement park. One might say, well, if you can't walk, how are you going to fit into a ride? But maybe they're going for the food and to see the animals.
Yeah, they're kids, whatever.
And then I just spent a total of 2 days at the airport. I flew from here to Atlanta, from Atlanta to San Antonio.
Yeah.
Once again, seeing a lot of people being wheelbarrowed to their gates.
That's insane, man.
Or they're riding on the back of the golf carts, and you got some poor underpaid employee of the airline pushing these people in a wheelbarrow pretty much. Because they got these metal industrial size chairs on wheels. They pretty much look like wheelbarrows the way they push them.
God almighty.
And it's like, you're not socially. I don't care about your parents. That's fine. But your fucking health, man.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
You gotta have diabetes.
Absolutely.
You gotta have bad blood circulation.
Yeah, blood pressure, is horrible. Yeah.
Your kidneys are probably on the verge of shutting down, let alone your knees.
Lung issues.
When you're 20 years old, 30 years old, and you've already lost your mobility,
that is bad. That is so bad.
You've got to do something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But what it's you know how you know it, just like you've been pushing yourself on this running stuff. They've got to get it in their head that they can get better, and they're still young enough to do it, man.
Yeah, and people ask how do you do it, and it hurts me to say this because I'm a lifelong Adidas fan, and I'm not a fan of Nike, and I used to make fun of their advertisement before I started working out. But the answer is just do it.
Yeah, I agree. You got to get up.
No, you're not going to get up and run 5 miles, but you can get up and run for 5 minutes.
You damn right. Walk a little bit.
I didn't start running long distance. I would walk on a treadmill. I would jog until I lost my breath, and then I would fast walk. And do that for a half hour and then lift weights. And then I slowly, once I injured my arm and I had to get out of the gym for 2 weeks, that's when I started running.
That's what I was about to say. Now, real quick, they're susceptible to injuries now because if they're not moving and those muscles aren't moving, man, they're going to be getting jacked, bro.
Okay, and so this leads into what I'm going to talk about now. These photos are not offensive to me. Mm-hmm. I kind of understand them. I'm down with the cause. And here's the cause. Go ahead and click on photo 1, and it's going to cover Gordon's face on the TV, but that's fine, so the people in the audience...
There we go.
So here is the Daydream, a demi-covered, a little, I'm trying to read it, a little lift, making a dreamy comfort. It's a chick, African-American chick, in a bra and underwear for $12.99, and she is what they would call a real body model, which is fine.
I would say yes.
It doesn't bother me. I'm down for that.
Yep.
She's a very attractive chick.
She
got a little extra weight on her, but that's what they're going for. And what they're going for is no Photoshop. Yeah. No heroin chic is out.
Right.
Now let's keep in mind the modeling industry is primarily ran by, let's face it, females and homosexuals. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Okay. So go to photo 2.
All right.
Just hit the right button on your keyboard.
Yep.
Nope. Right button. Okay, that'll work too. So here is a montage of different now these are all on display at Target. These are like cards they're proud of.
These are when you're walking down the aisle, this is what you see.
One of them is probably a late 60-year-old chick with full white hair in her bra.
I like her.
Nothing wrong with that. Then you got the chick we just talked about, and then they basically have some full-figured models all in underwear.
Natural looking
women.
Yes,
real women. Once again, I don't have a problem with this. You'll see where I'm going with this here momentarily. Okay. So I'm down with the cause. You want to set expectations. Here's what you're going to look like with this body type in our product.
Exactly.
Fantastic. That's what you should do.
This is what it looks like.
Go ahead and hit the right arrow on your keyboard and it should advance, or just do that. Okay, so here's the new mannequins they have at Target.
Wow.
And you can see the one in the red dress. She's probably about 20 to 30 pounds overweight. Mm-hmm. Once again, not a problem with that. That represents real women.
Yeah, okay.
And we've been hearing for years that young girls are trying to live up to an impossible body type and expectation.
Absolutely.
And it hurts their self-esteem. That oftentimes leads to puking and cutting and all that.
Yep.
So once again, this does not offend me. I'm down for the cause.
Yeah, I've never noticed that. Yeah, I can't.
So you're walking through the women's department at Target, and this is what you see. We're moving into the future. We're woke. We're great. Go ahead and go to the next picture.
Got it.
Next picture, we walk into the men's department. You got a guy, probably in his 40s, gray.
Yeah.
Kind of look like me before I shaved my beard.
Look at you.
He's clearly been to the gym. Yep. You can see his pecs coming out underneath his shirt a little bit. Got his hands in his pocket. He's kind of got some guns going on there.
Yeah, you know.
I would say he's probably about 5'11", maybe 195 pounds.
Yeah.
Good-looking cat. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I don't know too many people, including myself, who look like that.
No.
I strive to look like that, but I don't know if I'll get there at this stage. Go ahead and go to the next photo.
All right.
Now, keep in mind, this is an industry ran by women and primarily homosexuals.
And homos.
Which is fine. Now, here is the underwear ad.
Oh, my God.
Now, we just looked at 4 underwear ads, and they got real women with real body types in real underwear, which is great.
Yeah.
Now, I go to the gym 5 days a week. I run 11 miles on the weekend. I've stopped eating carbs because I want to be pretty. God damn it.
Oh, God.
And I go, and I need to buy a new pair of jockeys. Can I live up to that?
Nah, bro.
Here's a cat. He's full six-pack. He's guns. He's got the traps, the lats. He's got the big bulge in his drawers.
Yeah,
he's got the V's that the women love poking up out of his drawers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now compare that to what we just saw in the women's department.
Yeah, that's.
And one would argue that if we're being fair, and if we don't want young boys feeling like they have to grow up to look like that.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Where is Larry the Cable Guy wearing his underwear?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Most of the dudes I know, between 20, because we just talked about it, and 30, all of us are 10, 20, 30, 40 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Maybe that's just to find people at jockey. So go ahead and go
Maybe
to the next photo.
that's what their promotional campaign is.
Go ahead and go to the next photo.
All right.
Here is their mannequin for the guys. Now, we just saw 3 female mannequins who are true to life form, which is great.
Yeah.
And I go and I look at a mannequin in the men's department, and this guy...
This is what they got.
...is full guns. He is straight up at a JQ
he's yoked.
Women's Playgirl. I mean, he's got guns.
Yep.
He's missing his head.
He's got his abs.
He's got the abs. He's got the V that all the girls love, and he's got the big bulge in his pants.
But,
all right. 20 feet away is a true life 40-pound overweight. But
all right.
Go to the next mannequin.
All right, let's go to the next.
And there's the kids. Now there's
this
a young kid.
This kid's got yoked on.
The young kid clearly is spending 20 hours a week at the gym. He's got the pecs going. He's got the guns. There's his dad next to him. He's got the guns. They're clearly running marathons together on the weekend. And they're looking across the aisle at their mom in her full body figure stuff.
A little overweight.
And so you're a young fat kid and you're buying underwear and you're supposed to have the 6-pack. You look at the mannequin. So go ahead and go to the next one.
All right.
And now I'm the weirdo going through Target taking a picture of mannequins.
They're probably thinking,
look at the guns on this cat.
Holy.
Here's another mannequin. He's in a t-shirt, no head.
Yeah,
he's probably doing 250 curls a week.
Well, the guy's living in the gym, man. When does he go to work?
Exactly.
If that was legit real, but I mean, come on.
So go ahead and close that out so Gordon can show up.
Right.
Gordon, have you seen these mannequins? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, we have out here also.
Now, if we're supposed to be progressing, and we're supposed to be getting rid of, just hit Alt F4 just hit Alt F4 on your keyboard.
All right, sorry about that.
And we're supposed to be progressing. Hold the Alt button.
I know,
and then
man.
F4.
I know. I got it.
And hit one more time. Don't do it too fast. You might close Gordon. One more time. One more time.
Yeah, I know where we're at.
Keep going. And so, if we're supposed to be moving forward, and we're supposed to be in a no body shaming society, and
so
we're looking out for the ladies, but when's the Larry the Cable Guy model showing up? Where's the
somebody like me and you walk in there and we see that and we're just
I mean, oh man, you're on the other end of the spectrum. You're not overweight, but you're mad skinny. You're not ripped. You don't look like that. It's like, do we not have time to make the mannequin mold? Once again, I'm not offended by this. I just find it's curious that in an industry like that where, okay, we got the women's side figured out.
They're trying to get the women to not be so ashamed of themselves.
But when you look at those, now you can say, well, D-Train, you're not being fair. Maybe they just replaced. Those mannequins were all the same style.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like they just bought all new women's mannequins.
No.
And those are all brand new mannequins. The whole store has been remodeled at the same time. And so I just thought it was curious that not only the mannequins, but they had all the photos. And I only took one picture of one pair of, because I don't look like a weirdo taking a picture of men's underwear.
Yeah, people, what's up with that?
But
dude?
It doesn't matter what brand it is. Yeah. Every one of those dudes are stacked, packed, and ready to freaking. They are just all, like I said, all 6-packs, guns, and bulges. Yep. And it's like, okay,
this is what you're supposed to be like, man.
Where's the dad bod? Do we hear all the ladies like?
I don't know, but they need to. There's obviously, like you say, there's no cable guy.
Can we not provide some underwear modeling roles from some struggling fat dudes?
Yeah, or maybe some skinny guys. Maybe we're a little bit on the thin side. But then again, that wouldn't work. They'd much rather have the heavy set person, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. You noticed that because I've never really noticed that going into the stores like that.
Go ahead.
So at the risk of sounding like an out of touch, unwoke a-hole, is this the male's chance? Is it our comeuppance? You've always treated women as a sex symbol, so men, they could just deal with what we give them.
So the reverse psychology now, we're being treated as the complete sex symbol by the women.
I don't know if there's that much thought put into it. I just find it's ironic that, and that may go to say something too. Well, why have we put so much thought into the women's side but not the guy's side? Why does that not thought come to anybody's head?
Because it's the women that scream the loudest over these things, and the special interest groups.
And they've taken a lot more power in today's society, no doubt about that.
I mean, are they afraid that underwear is not going to sell if they have, like, the dude who's 60? Let's put Bert Kreischer in a pair of underwear.
Right,
I mean, he makes his living not wearing a shirt. Put him in a pair of boxer shorts. I'm sure he would love the sponsorship. I guarantee you he would. Actually, I think he tried to do some Speedo modeling, but I'm sure he would love a inflatable balloon endorsement.
That's funny that they do that. I've never noticed that. So they didn't have on the female side. They didn't even have any. They were all pretty much
all the underwear packaging had real body models. With minimum amount of Photoshop done to it.
Wow.
Once again, I can't be going through taking pictures of underwear.
No, especially in the women's section.
Escorted out.
Oh, you will be with the quickness, man.
But yeah, you saw I lifted up the shirt on the one man, and he was like basically right off the cover of Men's Fitness or whatever.
Oh yeah, Men's Health mag, dude, right there. Bam.
But and to wrap it all up, go to the amusement park. You're seeing young cats who are extremely unhealthy. Mm-hmm. You see them at the airlines. Now, Target inadvertently, or maybe uninadvertently, is saying, "Hey, it's all right. Mm-hmm. Grow to your delight." Mm-hmm. It's like, health, people.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And a lot of it, obviously, genetics. People say genetics, and I believe some of that's got to be in there. It's but there's also your eating habits and how you eat, and not getting out and not moving around at all. But with today's society, with people with the entertainment right at your fingertips, people are less inclined to go out and do stuff to get themselves entertained. Because when we grew up, bro, we had to go and I dug holes in the ground just to dig underground force and throw a sheet of plywood over it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if genetics to a certain point has a little bit to do with it, but I think what's overlooked when it comes to the genetic argument, well, if you look at him, he looks just like his dad.
Right.
Well, that's because mom and dad are making the dinner. Mom and dad are buying the groceries. They're all eating the same shit.
Eating the cakes.
I have a perfect example. I know somebody who wasn't very mobile. Mm-hmm. She spends a lot of time, doing different things, and she was struggling with her weight. But then when her daughter started having weight problems, she changed the food in which they're bringing into the house, so that the daughter could get her weight under control. And just by changing the groceries
the food diet,
and not doing anything else, the mother didn't do anything else, just changed the
exercise.
food. No exercise. Daily routine stayed the exact same thing. Just stop buying potato chips. Right. Stop buying all the extra unnecessary carbs. Yeah. The mother lost 30 pounds by proxy. Just through diet change.
That's good.
And so yes, you can say it's genes, but is it genes or is it because you're all sharing the same food source?
Right. Well, I actually, as you know, been battling my weight my whole life. Actually, that's one of the reasons I went out west and I was active.
I thought you went out west to buy some desert land.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I moved up north past Alaska.
Thought you were growing peyote.
But you know nothing of this if they ask you.
Yes, so I used to ride 100 days a year snowboard. I used to mountain bike, work construction, always on my feet. And when I lived in Big Sky, I actually ate decent. It was still a battle. Mm. It was still a battle for me. And that's just it. Everybody's body is different. Yeah. And, what is it that will trigger me to lose more weight? I am losing 1 to 2 pounds a week right now. But it's it's not it's a battle. I always consider myself a fat lead.
But here's the thing, though. Yes, it's genetic for you because you do share the traits of other family members, but you are not to the level of obese. I don't think obesity can be genetic. Well, according to the BMI, but you're not rolling around at 450 pounds.
No.
You're not rolling around at 500 pounds having to be pushed through the airport on a cart.
How tall are you, Gordon?
I'm 6'2"-ish.
You're 6'2"-ish? Okay.
Yeah, I'm the tallest one in the family.
I was about to say, I remember when I met him, I was like, I know he's close to your
height.
And
even if you weren't going to the gym like you're doing, I still don't think you're going to be pushing that 500, 450 pound limit.
No.
That is just not giving a shit.
Yeah,
I actually walk 2 miles during lunch every day.
That's cool. That's a good thing.
A guy I graduated high school with, he's got like 20 more pounds to lose before I'm going to interview him for the Fail to Fail podcast. Mm-hmm. But he was overweight all through high school. And as an adult, he got up to about 450 pounds.
Right.
And he was going to the hospital, and the doctor was saying, hey, you may lose that foot due to
diabetes.
And that's all no pun intended, kick in the ass he needed. He changed the diet, started going to the gym, and he's lost like 230 pounds.
No joke.
And the only reason I'm saying, I'm not being a dick saying, you got to lose another 20 pounds, that's his personal goal.
That was his goal.
And so when he hits his personal goal, I'm going to have him on fail to fail,
Very
talking
cool.
about, he's been overweight a majority of his life.
Yeah.
And being at that weight, people say, well, you're never going to lose it. And yet here he goes to the gym up until his foot starts causing problems, and he takes a few weeks off. But he's down, like I said, a mad amount of weight.
Is he going to be one of these gentlemen that end up having, because when people lose drastic amounts of weight, they've got to get rid of that skin, man. You know?
But I would rather have the skin apron than to lose my foot.
Oh, hell yeah. But I mean, because you can go to surgery and get that taken care of, man.
Another case in point, I'm not going to say the names. There's two young guys I went to high school with. Both of them were overweight.
Yeah.
They were twins.
Mm-hmm.
Their weight continued to gain after high school, and one of the twins died at 35.
Oh, my God.
From heart failure. Died in his sleep.
Enlarged heart.
Didn't even see 40.
Damn, son. That's bad.
And so it's like, once again, I don't know. I'm concerned for the stream in which our society, we're getting unhealthy.
And how the youth, I mean, imagine if there's...
And I don't even care. And with the healthcare, I don't even care. I'm not even talking about the healthcare. I'm talking about people's lives.
Well, have you seen the movie WALL-E?
No. With the robot?
Yeah. WALL-E. Everybody was pretty much list sacks of nothing.
Floating around in those chairs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where we're headed.
And that's so sad because, look, and this is a bad thing for us as a country, bro, because look at Russia and
fuck Russia. Look at China.
And China. Look at these countries where these people are fit, man. They're fit because if there was a major ass war to be broke out or something where the whole entire your whole country must be involved in this, bro, I don't know how well we would fare, man, because there are so many overweight people. It's insane. And look at Florida. You sweat your ass off here, man. How are these people that much overweight and pale? I mean, I barely go outside, bro.
And once again, we're not trying to assault people who's 30, 40 pounds overweight. We're greatly concerned with the obese population.
I just see where it could be bad. That's all.
Quality of life is huge.
What's that?
I said it's about quality of life. You could be proud and big, but what is your quality of life in the long run?
Exactly.
Well, and the problem is, and we all face it, we all think we're invincible.
True. Oh, you're damn right. I know that ain't the trait.
And it's easy to take the big is beautiful stance when you're young.
Yeah.
But when you start
40,
when you start pushing 40 and you see your contemporaries dying of early, but at that point, is it almost too late?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying we need to start bullying overweight people, but we need to start having an honest fucking conversation about the health.
It's got to start in the schools, man.
It's like, do you really want to end your life at 40?
Hell no, man. I just got really cranked up and going, man.
And especially nowadays, because nowadays 40 is like the new 20.
It's, yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't have, what do they call that?
What's up?
Midlife crisis? Mm-hmm. I haven't had one. Have you? I mean, because you just turned 40. Have you felt any of those urges, those midlife crisis?
No. If anything, it's kicked my ass into higher gear.
Yeah.
I pretty much roll around on a daily basis in fifth gear.
Damn right you do.
I'm not in overdrive and I'm not in passing gear, but I'm basically just going. I'm trying to make
cruising speed.
I'm trying to make the hay while the sun's shining. It's not working out too well, but at least when it's all said and done, like I said, I think 2 weeks ago, my biggest fear now is when I'm 80. I don't want to regret that I spent my youth stationary and that I wasted my mobility.
Yeah.
Because Xbox, I used to sit around literally on Saturdays. I would get up at 10 in the morning and play Call of Duty until 4 a.m.
Good
Just
God.
Eat tacos and Mountain Dew, and that's how I ended up gaining all my weight.
Crack out.
And I don't want to get... Xbox will be there. Xbox 3800 will be there when I'm 80, and I can play it then. But I do not want to regret, because all the years that we spent skating... I mean, look, I'm 40... I can barely walk right now after spending a day at the goddamn airplane at the airport. So we all know when I'm 60 or 70, I'm probably gonna be wheelchair bound. But and I don't want to say I wasted my 30s and 40s and wasted my mobility.
Yeah,
and wasted my youth.
Sitting around, not doing stuff. Yeah, and enjoying what's out there. That's
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll turn on the Xbox every once in a while, but I was literally at the point where I was getting carpal tunnel in my hands from holding the controllers for 12 hours a day. I would just sit around and play Call of Duty. I would sit around and play Halo, Destiny, all those games, and I just don't have time now.
Yeah,
and a lot of those games, especially Destiny, if you want to play online and you want to play with your friends, and your friends are putting in the time because of the way the ranking structure and the power structure is, if you don't play the same amount of hours they do, you can't play them because they're so far advanced.
They're going to just keep way surpass you.
And the way the game works is it throttles the AI's strength based off of your level.
Okay.
And so if you're playing, just to keep the numbers easy for people to understand, if you're at a 10 and everybody else is at 100, your weapons literally aren't strong enough to kill the enemy.
Yeah.
And so you're basically just running the whole time.
Right. You're just.
And so you have to dedicate your life to it, almost like the people used to do with EverQuest.
Yeah. Wow. Insane. Well, I'm good. I don't have anything left, man. What do you guys got? Anything else going on? What do we got?
Yeah, I have one more thing I need to pull up, but
all right.
I gotta try to goddamn 17 hours. For those of you watching,
you were about to get back in
Grove City area. I will be in Grove City probably Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure which day yet. Basically, what's going on? I'm going to take my firearms with me, and
sweet.
Either Thursday or Friday, I'm going to go to my cousin's property in Kentucky, and we're going to shoot shit up. And so the opposite of the day that we're doing that, I will go up to Grove City and Columbus.
Visit some old friends.
Yeah, well, one thing I got to do is I got to take my Vietnam tool chest up there that a buddy of mine wants to buy for his kids. So I will be making a little extra money that weekend, but that's cool.
Right.
We've all seen, this is local. Oh, shit, that's what we haven't done. I totally apologize, Gordon. We almost walked over your segment. Are you ready?
Well, I am ready.
I actually have something that your story of obesity leads right into.
Joining us from Las Vegas from the Digital 410 News Desk, here is Gordon Abernathy.
All right, so there is a health paradox out there. The new U.S. diabetes cases are actually falling as obesity rises.
Get out.
So wait a minute, diabetes is going down even though obesity is rising?
Yeah, that's why I thought this whole your segment was interesting.
Well, I'm confused, so let me do this, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, is a call for that?
So,
well, we're applauding the decline in diabetes, but we're confused by the
obesity.
Yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
And that is the interesting case, and this is from the AP, but the number of new diabetes cases among U.S. adults keep falling, even as the obesity rates climb. And this is the health officials are not sure why. New federal data released Tuesday found the number of new diabetes cases fell to about 1.3 million in 2017, which is down from 1.7 million in 2009. Earlier researchers spotted the decline, and a new report shows that it has been going on for close to a decade. But health officials, they're still not celebrating. The bottom line is we do not know what's driving these trends, says the lead author of the news report. Among the possibilities, changes in testing and getting people to improve their health before becoming diabetic could be one of the clues. And this report was published by the journal BMJ, Open Diabetes Research and Care. The statistics run through 2017. Last year's numbers are yet not available. So it is very interesting to see, yes, the obesity epidemic is going up. Diabetes is coming down, and I'm wondering if part of that is there has been a shift from some sugars lately in sodas to sugar-free stuff. Well, and that's my thought.
That's what I was going to say. I wonder if these cats are saying, okay, well, I'm just going to stop eating sugar,
right? But
they're still maintaining their weight from over consumption of carbs, the potato chips, the pastas, the cheese, not the cheeses, but the macaroni and cheeses, the rice. Because I'm guilty of this too. White rice is not good for you, even though I eat the shit out of it. Yeah. Unless I go to a Mexican restaurant, I get the Spanish rice. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing when you're reading. I'm thinking, well, maybe they're just cutting out the sugars, but they're doubling down on the donuts and the carbs.
And that could be it. And it looks like they've got some different metrics they're using for now. And one of them is the diagnostic threshold was lowered in the late 90s. That could have caused more people to be considered diabetic, even though they were not. So, they may have mined out a lot of the previously unrecognized cases. And so the new diagnoses in the last several years are more likely to be actual new illnesses.
I wonder if it could be false data. I wonder if there was an adjustment in what they consider obese. I wonder if they raised that number so that the less people fall into the obese category. Because as we said 3 or 4 weeks back, the BMI is from the late 1800s when people were a maximum of 5'4". According to the BMI, me being 6'5" and 215 pounds, I'm 30 pounds overweight.
30 pounds overweight, yeah.
Now, most people say that right there I could lose 10 pounds, but 30 pounds overweight is insane. So I wonder if they're finally adjusting and not using the BMI index so much, and therefore less people are being considered obese, which probably they shouldn't be because, as we just stated, I don't think I would be considered obese, but according to the BMI index, I am.
So. I wouldn't think you'd be.
Well, from my understanding, and I've gone through was going to do this whole stomach thing. They haven't changed it. They had, at least as of last year, they had not changed the BMI scale at all. So, I was right at that tipping point for having the insurance pay for it all. It was crazy.
Oh, you were going to get the band?
Something like that.
Whatever they call it.
The sleeve. But, yep. That's
sleeve.
I was heading.
Wow.
So, something out here happened in Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago. You've taken public transportation, haven't you, Dave?
Oh, hell yeah.
He lives by it.
Love it.
So what would you think seeing an older guy in his 70s arguing with a younger ethnic lady, and she's getting real loud, and he's telling her, you just need to be nicer. And that's what he did. But unfortunately, as he was on his way out the bus, this lady decided to push him down onto the sidewalk.
Yeah, he was like, what, 70?
Oh.
74 years old.
How old you cut out?
74.
Now,
so Las Vegas, a couple weeks ago, released a video of a woman pushing a 74-year-old man off a bus, asking the witnesses to come forward and describe the alleged murder. Yes, he passed away a month later.
Oh, what a shame.
Who does she look like?
Let me see how long I'm trying to get a good...
Who does she look like? If you're not familiar, are you familiar with the female Snapchat filters everybody's doing right now? They'll make them look like chicks look like dudes and dudes look like chicks.
I've heard, but I haven't really seen a whole lot of it.
Hip hop artist.
Missy Elliott? No.
Dude, hip hop artist.
Dude, Tupac?
No, she looks like motherfucking Dr. Dre.
Hold on.
Yeah, she does, doesn't she?
Okay, now
she looks like Dr. Dre's using the Snapchat filter that makes him look.
Okay, I get it. I can see it now.
Look here.
Yeah,
right
there you go, Dr. Dre, all the way.
She's got the eyes, the
DRE,
nose.
man.
She's got the fucking mole above her lip.
Yeah, sure does.
That looks like Dr. Dre's using the sex change Snapchat filter.
Wow.
And so this guy died because she literally pushed him out of a bus. He missed the 3 steps and fell face first right on the street.
Damn, and then the bus driver didn't stop and do anything. They just kept going.
Oh no, they helped out, but her name is Kashida Michelle Bishop, and she's been arrested for murdering this gentleman.
Good. He
died of complications of blunt force trauma to the torso and the head.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so when he fell out of the bus, he straight up
and all he was trying to tell her to be nice, right? I mean, that was his thing. Just chill.
Lose the attitude. Yeah. It's kind of like the day, remember I told you I was at Waffle House? Yeah. And the tow truck driver's in there dropping F-bombs and all that, and the guy across the way said, hey, there's women here and here.
Yeah, exactly.
Knock off. Yeah. And he said, fuck you, mind your own business. And he started cussing again, and he's on speakerphone in the middle of the Waffle House.
Oh, my God.
It's like, we've completely lost our decorum.
Yeah, some people they're just really wide open, man. Really WFO, man. Wow.
What else you got there, fella?
Yeah, man.
There has been another mass attack. Kawasaki, Japan. A man carrying a knife in each hand and screamed, I will kill you, attacked a group of schoolgirls near a bus parked at a bus stop just outside of Tokyo on Tuesday, killing 2 and injuring at least 17 before killing himself.
Good God.
With a knife.
Yep.
Yeah, with
knives. Yes, most of the victims were students at a Catholic elementary school.
That's fucking gross.
That is wild. And that doesn't happen over there that much. I mean, they're pretty chill.
And they're lined up at a bus stop.
So he just started just raging on all these poor kids.
Yes, he did. And it's just to show you that, unfortunately, our country isn't the only one with these kinds of problems.
No, and what you're getting at is but what they use is the tool.
Yeah, but that's unheard of over there in Japan, man. They're very reserved people. I mean,
yeah, they are the definition of society decorum.
Yeah, you remember the one mass attack they had years ago in the '90s with that one gentleman that released all that sarin gas on the subway?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the last big thing I can recall over there.
Yep. It's just gross.
Unbelievable. Wow. Damn, Gordon.
Yeah, it's horrifying. And outside of that, that is all I have for news and shit today.
Well, on the local beat, Dateline, Cape Coral, Florida, we've all seen the benches out.
Yes.
The makeshift bus stops.
I'm very happy for that.
There is one pawn shop who likes the color yellow. Mm-hmm. He was smart, and he painted all the benches, the picnic tables that he donated bright yellow with his logo, which is gaudy, but the paint is doing its job, and the picnic tables are holding up. The ones that the big box home improvement store donated, which are raw material, are starting to curl up from being out in the hot Florida heat.
Oh, man.
But that is not the news update. The news update is related to that, and it is Dateline, Cape Coral, Florida, documents. Harrington knew he was a suspect. He texted to someone, "I am going to jail." Cape Coral, Florida, newly released court documents show the man accused of hitting and killing 8-year-old Layla Aiken knew he was a suspect just hours after the crash, and even Googled the phrase related to hit and run. He's probably trying to see if the jail time is related to that. Surveillance video caught Logan Harrington leaving his house in his red pickup truck, running 3 stop signs the morning of the crash. According to the 8-page arrest report, investigators said surveillance video also caught Harrington slamming into Layla at her bus stop on the corner of Northeast 3rd Avenue, which is, I could probably hit with a World War II mortar from my house. The document says that wasn't in the news story. I added that. The cell phone and both Harrington's girlfriend and his father were also seized during... his cell phone, not his girlfriend and his father, but his cell phone as well as his father's and girlfriend's cell phones were seized during law enforcement investigation. Text exchange, unclear with who, also showed Harrington, quote, woke up tired, but was out the door in 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I woke up tired, but I'm out the door in 5 minutes. I'm getting ready, investigator said. The interview with the co-workers revealed that Harrington is typically late for work, but was on time that day of the accident. Imagine that. He also texted someone saying, I looked on the news, and it's the road that I take back. I'm sorry, I looked on the news, it's the road that I take the back way. It was the back way street road I took this morning, and I'm going to fucking jail.
This guy's
Investigation also said text revealed Harrington knew he was a suspect as early as 9 a.m. that day, but made no contact with the police. Instead, law enforcement said he began coordinating a story with 2 others, although it is unclear who. So he's trying to build an alibi.
Yep, sure was.
His cell phone data showed that he Googled hit and run leaves one seriously hurt. So he's basically looking for the news story.
Yeah.
Seriously hurt, close to Cape Coral intersections. About an hour after he realized he was a suspect, the documents say. Investigators said cell phone data also showed he Googled certain questions about his car computer system as far as whether or not it has a quote-unquote knock sensor.
Oh, my gosh.
On the day of his arrest, he told police when he went to check out his truck after arriving at work, he was looking to make sure he didn't run over wood or a nail, the document said. Harrington was arrested Thursday and has been released on bail. He's expected back in court in June.
That is just such a tragic story, man. Such a tragic story. This guy sounds like a piece of work, though.
Well, I want to play the devil's advocate here. I'm sure once you realize what you've done, you're fucked. You know your life is over.
Yeah.
But the mistake he made, if he would have reached out right a fucking way,
You're damn
first
right.
off, not run.
No.
Now, if he truly didn't know he hit the child, but as soon as he became aware and the thought hit his head, oh, shit, that's me.
Yeah.
He should have called the police right away.
Damn right.
'Cause now they got him hit and run, trying to organize a cover-up.
Yep.
And basically essentially running.
Evading law enforcement.
He would probably get a less strict sentence if, as soon as he knew, he called the cops and said, look, it was me. Apparently it was me. It sounds like it was me. That's the way I go to work. That's the color of my truck. I'm on my way down.
Yeah.
I'll help you as much as I can.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Yep.
But
I was late.
When you're sending text messages and you're saying, "Hey, let's see if we can come up with a plan,"
oh
it's
my God, that is just so sick, man.
It's insane.
It is insane. That family. I feel so bad for that family, man.
And that is another episode of News and Shit with Gordon from Las Vegas. This episode of the Waterman and D-Train Show is brought to you by our friends at Act Computers. Act Computers has been serving all Southwest Florida since 2004. They specialize in veterinarian clinics, small businesses where they servers, 1 computer, 15 computers, 20 computers, 100. They can help you out with your smartphones, your tablets, screen repairs, laptop, motherboard repairs. If you got a smart TV that's not working, if your Wi-Fi code isn't, Wi-Fi range isn't big enough to cover the footprint of your house. If you just bought a whole bunch of Nest video camera equipment and you don't know how to install it, they can help you out with that. Give them a call at 239-283-1120. I know what you're saying, D-Train, I'm not in Cape Coral, I'm not in Southwest Florida. How can I help out? How can I use them? As long as you have internet, they can help you. Give them a call at 239-283-1120. They'll send you to their website, act-capecoral.com. You click on the remote support link, and they will log into your computer via your permission, and they can help you out with all your computer issues. Now, if you own a small business and you have employees remoting into your server using a remote desktop, you really need to get that secured using two-form authentication. Give Act Computers a call. They can help you because they have seen it. You can change your port numbers, you can change your password, but your server will still get hacked. It's been done. Give them a call. Two-form authentication. They can help you on with online backups, antiviruses, etc., etc. 239-283-1120, act-capecoral.com. Now, you don't need computer help, but you want to support the show. You like to buy stuff on Amazon. Go to d-410.com, click on the Amazon link, save that in your favorites, or drag it to your desktop. Next time you do any online shopping, click on that link, and whatever you buy, they will kick us a few coins our way to help promote the show, help us get new equipment, and so forth. Now I understand, D-Train. Computer works fine. Don't like Amazon. They're destroying the world. I've already bought 3 of your t-shirts. That's right. If you want a t-shirt, once again, d-410.com. Click on the link. Buy a t-shirt. We have the new Suck It Up Buttercup t-shirt available. It says real big S-I-U-B. And then underneath it, in the Pinterest logo font, it says Suck It Up Buttercup. You can get those starting at $19 for the classic tee, $20 for the nicer tee, and then $21 for the premium tee, as well as the Waterman 100 t-shirts, the Waterman and D-Train show, the D-410 production logo, and all the what's, the Scuttlebutt shirts. Nice and D-Train. Computer works great. Don't shop on Amazon. Don't like your shirts, but I want to support the show.
Yeah.
Go to d-410.com. Click on the Patreon link. We do have Patreon. We have 4 tiers. We know you're all broke like we are. I'm not going to ask you for $50. I'm not even going to ask you for $25. And I sure as shit ain't going to ask you for $10. But I will ask you for $1 if you want to join the Dollar Baller plan. Join the Dollar Baller plan. It'll take $1 a month out of your bank account. That's right, $1 a month, not $1, 12 months in advance, $12, none of that nonsense. If you like us a little bit more than $1, and you're part of the OG5, you can join the OG5 plan, which is ironically $3.50 because I want to keep all this stuff low.
Yeah.
Take $3.50 a month. That's like less than you spend on coffee in one day. $3.50. Now, if you like our show a little bit more than that, and you got long arms and deep pockets, $7.50. Join the $7.50 a month plan, and I will send you a t-shirt of your liking. I will email you, say what shirt do you like, what color, what size, which one, and I will send that to you. What benefits do you get from joining Patreon? I'm slacking. I'm sorry. I've been to Texas.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of footage. I still have footage Dave and I recorded.
Yep.
There will be
more.
some video content up there. You guys will be the only one that has access to it. No one else will see it. And we'll have some other cool stuff up there for your Patreon people. So please go to d-410.com, click on Patreon. If you can't figure out what a hyphen is, just go to patreon.com/d410. You can find it that way.
Right on.
And last but not least, if you're athletic or your kids play football or need a helmet cover, sleeves, spats, any of that stuff, if you're in an active lifestyle and you need some quick wick away dry form stuff, go to sleefs.com, sleefs.com. Anything you buy, use the promo 41040. That'll save you 40% off your entire bill, and then they will kick some coins my way. Those are all the ways you can support the show. We have been going on a long time because I'm going out of town again. I'm going to go see my nephew graduate.
Right on, man.
And do all that stuff. Over the last hour and a half, we probably offended some people. We were talking about obesity and how it concerns us because we love you. We want you all to be healthy.
Yep.
We said some nonsense. We talked about some crazy news stories. But within that time, hopefully I said something that you found positive, motivating, or even heartfelt. And you take some happiness away because life is short. Life is hard. Chase your dreams. Go out and do what you need to do because one day you will wake up dead. Gordon?
I could be hit at Aegis 1974 on Instagram.
That's Aegis 1974 because his mic broke up again. We're working on that, people. I apologize. Go ahead.
You got it. And just enjoy your life.
And Dave.
All right, man.
This is where Dave repeats everything I said.
No, man. No, not at all, bro. I just, I'm just stoked that the show's, kicking some butt right now. I think we're in a really good pocket. And I'm stoked to be working with you guys. And I'm stoked to have all the people tuning in. Guaranteed, though, we went up against Game of Thrones there for a few weeks. But, we're back at it. And just thank everybody. And if you want to check out, I'm on Instagram at Dave_the_Waterman. And other than that, have a bitchin' week, man.
Before we go, Morgan Long asked via the Facebook video stream, do they have Fat Guy shirts? Morgan, these shirts are made to order. I don't own a textile mill, and I don't have stack of T-shirts. These T-shirts don't even exist. You go there, you choose the size, the style, the color. Now, the color availability, it depends on the style of shirt. I can't control that. It's just what the manufacturer has. But you choose the shirt style you want, you choose the color, and you choose the style, the size. I'm sure it goes probably up to 5XL. So the short answer is yes, they have Fat Guy shirts.
Yeah.
D-410.com. You'll see, you may have to scroll down a little bit on your computer. You'll see a picture of a T-shirt. If you're on a mobile device such as a tablet or cell phone, you got to scroll all the way down to the fucking bottom because that's the way WordPress designs the websites. But scroll all the way down to the bottom, click on the shirt, and it'll take you to our storefront at teespring.com. Right. And you can see, I think we got probably, between Waterman D-Train Show and What's a Skull, but there's probably about 15 different shirts to choose from now.
Nice.
So, yes, they have all the shirts you want, and please go pick those up.
Yeah.
And that is it. We will, I should be back sometime. We should probably, yes. I think next week, and we will be back at our scheduled time. Beautiful. Thanks, everybody, for the love.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. Thanks
Absolutely.
for those of you who are Patreons.
Yeah.
And
tell your friends, man. Spread the word, son.
Hope I make it.
Hell.
It's a risk, but I'll take it. Feeling like